Hi, y'all. Madison here. I'm founder and CEO of Midearix, and welcome to the first episode of Night at the Disco. So, before I say another word, I want to address a few of the elephants in the room, if I may. First, I've already answered how to pronounce Midearix. That's one of our most asked questions. We don't mind the question, but this is the answer to the question. It's Midearix. And I'll spare you the long version of the how we got here by name. But for now, Midearix is a name that for us honors heritage, mission, and the power of collective action. A combination of my paternal grandmother's name, we call her Midear, and matrix, and symbolizes the interconnected network we aim to create. We'll drop the long version in the comments later if I remember, and I'll get to a more comprehensive origin story later on in this episode. Second, I am certain you're wondering where Ania is. I'm flying today without a co-pilot. We're going to be fine. She's managing two sick kids and a snow day up north, last I checked. All that to say, I can't relate. I am the self-proclaimed captain of the Childless Cat Lady Committee. I'm going to do my best. No guarantees. I do ask y'all extend me a little grace, if that's all right. Third, you're probably wondering, why is this series called Night at the Disco? Because I'm here in Dallas and it's absolutely 2 p.m. right now. I want to say hello to everyone who either watches today or later on from the DFW area. I actually have no answer right now for that question, other than it's always nighttime somewhere, but I can speak more intelligently about the disco bit. So for us, D.I.S.C.O is an acronym for Diversity and Supply Chain Collective and is a gentle nod to our why. No matter what we've done or what we'll ultimately do relative to the Midearix mission, as we call it, we're always thinking about the ways in which we can drive exposure and opportunity for the organizations and communities we care most about. And perhaps unsurprisingly, particularly to those we have a bit of history with, those we care most about include movers and shakers in their respective spheres of influence, and particularly movers and shakers also leading small, mid-market, and or diverse-owned businesses on the sell side, and on the buy side, procurement practitioners on lean teams seeking to drive both cost savings and economic impact. But we'll circle back to that too. For those who I don't yet have a ton of working history with, my name is Madison. I started my career at EMC Corporation, now Dell EMC, selling hardware, software, and professional services to organizations of all sizes. I've sold into SMB, mid-market. Back in the day, we had a commercial division. I've sold into the enterprise, both direct to businesses and through channel partners. After EMC, I spent some time at Procter & Gamble working singularly with Lowe's Home Improvement as a category development account executive to grow their paper and laundry categories. Then I spent time at a procure tech startup in the tailspin optimization space. There, that meant working with our clients on their autonomous sourcing journeys. Personally, though, for those of y'all who believe there should be more to an introduction than where I've clocked in, let's see. I've got phenomenal parents. I am the eldest of three. I am currently hot yoga and Peloton obsessed in this season of life. I'm learning to love running. And last but certainly not least, I'm conveniently a woman and conveniently Black, in case you missed it. Well, all of this is relevant intel in terms of the Midearix origin story. So all that to say, the Midearix group purchasing organization offering, if you will, was born, and again, this gets us to the origin story, of a combination of lived experiences and observations, both professionally and personally. On the buy side of a transaction, we know the ways in which cost cutting, when and where possible, right, without sacrificing quality of service, of course, is increasingly paramount. We know entrepreneurs, small businesses, diverse-owned businesses, mid-market organizations, lean teams aren't always able to access price competitive goods and services in the way the Fortune 1000s can when they factually need it more or most. We also know that there will never be enough time in the day for procurement teams to evaluate potential partners and solutions at the level of optimal granularity, I'll call it. Too many competing priorities, and every purchase can't be deemed strategic. So every purchase shouldn't get the same amount of attention, right? On the supply side of a transaction, I've lived, because my roots are in sales, I've lived how difficult it can be to penetrate net new sales channels. Folks like yourselves, procurement people that end up watching this, if you haven't already, will become more and more inundated with outbound solicitations, because when it comes to selling to procurement, we're taught as salespeople that we're competing for the same dollars and cents in a pool of finite budgets. So we get predatory sometimes. We get a little desperate sometimes. We can get icky sometimes. I've lived the ways in which small and diverse owned businesses can remain underserved, underexposed, and untapped, despite oftentimes being at the forefront of innovation. I've lived how challenging it can be for small and diverse owned business owners to be awarded business after an RFQ or RFP goes out, even when a buying entity has the very best of intentions, even when these small and diverse owned businesses are certified. We've all heard it said, we've all read it, that systemic change takes time. So when I think about the positions I've held prior to this Midearix adventure, or communities I've been a part of, I've experienced the gamut of go-to-market strategies up close and personal, whether sales, product, channel, or community-led. And as I see it, sales-led strategy relies heavy on direct interaction with potential customers. Sales teams actively engage prospects through personalized demonstrations, negotiations, tailored solutions. This approach, in my experience, is ideal for complex, what the kids call high-value products and services, where in-depth customer relationships are crucial. And yes, while it does foster strong customer connections, I'd argue it can be costly due to high sales team expenses. Sales people are not inexpensive, and often results in longer sales cycles and sometimes limits scalability. On the flip side of the spectrum, you've got product-led strategy, which empowers the product itself to drive sales. Users are encouraged to experience the product directly, often through free trials or freemium models. I love a free 99 deal. This approach is well suited for user-centric products with clear value props, in my experience. Its key advantages include lower customer acquisition costs, faster time to value, and valuable data insights into user behavior. That said, I have found it may not be suitable for all products, particularly complex solutions, and can potentially lead to lower average revenue per user to start. Channel-led go-to-market strategy expands market reach by partnering with other businesses, such as distributors or resellers. This approach offers benefits like wider market access, faster growth, reduced cost, enhanced brand credibility, and the ability to focus on core competencies. But it also presents its own set of challenges, including potential loss of control, channel conflict, dependence on partner performance, the need for ongoing relationship management, and potential for reduced profit margins, because you got to pay your distributor, you got to pay your AE, depending on the arrangement. Not so inexpensive. Ultimately, success here hinges on careful planning and strong partner management. Then we've got community-led growth, which should be no surprise to y'all is my favorite at this particular point in time, which leverages the power of a strong, engaged user community to fuel growth. Organic growth is driven by community members who refer new users, provide valuable feedback, and act as brand advocates. This strategy is particularly effective for products with high community potential, like maybe, I don't know, group purchasing offerings. And while it fosters strong brand loyalty and provides valuable user insights, it requires significant investment in community building and can be challenging to directly measure impact on revenue to start. But that compounds over time, which is why I think this is the business Midearix is choosing to be in the way of compounding value. What I've observed is that the optimal go-to-market strategy depends on so many factors, no surprise, including product nature and complexity, target market characteristics and needs, available resources and budget, competitive landscape, blah, blah, blah. And by carefully considering these factors, I think there's room for all of us to select the most effective go-to-market strategy for us, whether it's one or all of the above or a combination of some, to achieve our business objectives. All that to say this, Midearix is intended to be a community-led growth engine powered by collective purchasing to enhance buying and selling between our members and the partners we work with. No matter their respective organizations' go-to-market strategy of choice, we're intended to be a value-added extension. And by way of leveraging collective buying power with community-led growth at our center, we can operate in the following capacities. So write this down or play it back later because all of this is pretty important. We can operate as a traditional GPO, a battle-tested business model, negotiating more competitive pricing than our members are able to get on their own. As a vendor of record or a buyer's agent, some folks would call it. And this, I want to call out, this is only for those of y'all who still give a hot dang about diverse spend credit. Okay, so in this use case, we can facilitate the transaction between our members and our supplier partners. We can also operate as a referral or affiliate partner, a trusted mechanism to open doors, generate leads, and drive new business opportunities for the partners we partner with. And then last but certainly not least, as a resale partner, particularly for our SaaS partners, where we're also able to offer value-added services in the realm of training and enablement. I'm going to pause here because talking at length by yourself is a struggle. And I just discovered where I can see on the back end folks commenting, hey, Rob, Madison here, if you didn't catch it. So I'll continue on. But we offer members substantial advantages. I'd say first, they're able to gain access to significantly lower costs on essential business necessities. Next, the platform connects members with a curated network of trusted supplier partners and pre-vetted solutions. And last but certainly not least, I'd say we can simplify billing by aggregating all purchases, regardless of your shopping cart contents, into a single convenient invoice for those that like single and convenient invoices. And then for our suppliers, we provide a valuable platform for them. We open doors to new sales channels. We accelerate sales cycles, particularly for highly transactional deals, and connect them with a network of businesses aligned with their shared vision of efficient and streamlined business transactions. I joke all the time when I think back on my sales past. It took about the same amount of time to close a $10,000 deal as it did a $500,000 deal. And so imagine a world where those highly transactional sales processes or sales cycles could simply run through a group purchasing engine so that your most strategic sales reps can spend their time on the most strategic things. And then for those interested in the partner onboarding journey, we'd like to think it's simple. For us, it begins with an initial meeting or qualification call to assess mutual alignment. Following a successful initial assessment, an NDA is signed, followed by product and service demonstrations and determination of what will be included in the Midearix price book and at what price. Once these steps are completed and a contract put in place, the supplier partner is ready to conduct business on the Midearix platform. To further support partners, Midearix implements a comprehensive launch strategy. This includes things like an internal press release to members announcing the partnership, introductions into our existing community, targeted outreach to ideal prospects, and inviting introduction requests. We also publish an external press release, amplifying the partnership announcement and encouraging engagement. In case y'all missed it, to ensure ongoing support and communication, and on the heels of our strategic partnership announcement with Procurement Foundry this week, Midearix will also be sponsoring internal Ask Me Anything sessions and demonstrations featuring our partners inside the Foundry. Last but certainly not least, and this is the best part, y'all. This series is going to feature our partners in future episodes, providing a platform for showcasing their offerings to an incremental audience on demand. Because I know good and well, y'all don't want to see me up here by myself month after month. Our partners will be joining us. What I believe, because speaking of our partners, I want to get into who some of our partners are. It will be a limited list for the purpose of today because I feel myself getting parched. But I want to say this before I begin to introduce some of them. What I believe differentiates us is our focus on emerging growth segments and as a service spend categories. We expanded upon this a bit more in our hard launch press release early in January. So I'll maybe remember to drop that in the comments later as well. But when I circle back to what diversity in supply chain collective means to us, it's not about me coming on here month after month reciting DEI think pieces for y'all. That's not what we mean in this space and time when we say Night at the Disco. It's more so about offerings beneath the supply chain technology umbrella that are often excluded from traditional GPO models and traditional GPO conversations, but are nonetheless standouts in their respective categories. Fair enough? Okay. I want to call out Rygen Technologies, a leader in supply chain technology offering cutting-edge transportation management systems and integration platforms that optimize logistics, improve efficiency, and provide businesses with greater visibility into their supply chains. I want to call out Betty, who stands out amongst associations with AI-powered knowledge assistant technology. Betty's sophistication understands industry-specific language, offers personalized member support, answers inquiries, and accelerates accessibility to knowledge and content. Join Digital, got to call them out, excels in network as a service, providing businesses with 100% cloud managed and optimized network infrastructure. Their innovative approach combines advanced hardware, software, and AI-driven analytics to deliver high-performance, secure, and reliable network experiences. SpotDraft, I'll call out, is the leading provider of cloud-based contract lifecycle management platforms. Its user-centric interface, AI-powered features, and ability to significantly reduce the time and cost associated with contract management make it a preferred choice for our members. Solutions Travel is another I've got to call out, an industry-leading travel management company powered by SpotNana, known for its innovative tech platform, exceptional customer service, and ability to deliver significant cost savings and improved travel experiences for its clients. And Ramp is the last I'll call out for today, a modern finance platform that helps businesses streamline financial operations. It's an intuitive interface, seamless integration, and valuable spending insights make it a leader in automating and optimizing spending, expense management, and bill pay. These companies have established themselves as leaders in their respective fields, yes, through forward technology, exceptional customer service, and strong focus on members and their evolving needs, whether their clients are our members at Midearix. When I think about practical examples of how our partnership can be made actionable by our network, it could look like a group of e-commerce businesses within the Midearix network engaging Rygen Technologies to collectively negotiate better rates with carriers, pool their shipping volume, streamline shipping processes, and gain greater visibility into their supply chain. It could look like a consortium. So the word consortium came up in the family group chat today. I said I'd use it, so there it is. Within the business network that we have, engaging Solutions Travel to collaborate and negotiate corporate travel packages with preferred travel agencies and suppliers, enabling them to secure best rates on flights, hotels, rental cars, but bigger than that, to assist in developing standardized travel practices and policies across the group, improving compliance while reducing travel-related expenses. It could look like law firms within the Midearix network, engaging Betty for AI-powered document sharing, significantly reducing the time and cost associated with legal research, streamlining legal tasks, and broadening the overall legal expertise within the network. It could look like, goodness, a group of businesses located in a tech park leveraging Join Digital for frictionless deployment of high-speed internet, cloud computing services, and other network infrastructure components, while also providing access to the latest network technologies. It could look like businesses leveraging Ramp to streamline expense reporting, approvals, reimbursements, reduce administrative overhead, and provide valuable insights into spending patterns, ultimately leading to cost savings and improved financial management. It could look like the implementation of Spot Draft to streamline contract creation, negotiation, execution, and management processes. This means standardized contract templates, automated workflows, and ensured compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. This would not only reduce legal and administrative costs, but also mitigate risk associated with contract breaches and disputes. Either way, I think we can all agree the use cases and the practicality of the use cases are endless. But I think no matter the use case, there's some combination of dollars saved, time saved, and or risk mitigated when collective action is at the center. And let's not forget my favorite two words until further notice: economic impact. So I've done a lot of talking, more talking than I've ever done in one sitting in life, and I'm a very big age. So here's what I'll offer. If any questions, dump them in the chat. We will answer at some point in time in the near enough future. If you're interested in becoming a member of Midearix, head to Midearix.com and navigate to become a member. If you're interested in becoming a partner, head to Midearix.com once again and navigate to become a supply partner. If you're a member of the Procurement Foundry, and all of our partners have pages up within the Procurement Foundry slash Midearix space in their community, please don't hesitate to connect there. That's another way you can reach us. And last but certainly not least, I do want to end with a few sentimentalities, because I am going to give y'all some time back. That's one thing you can expect from this series: time back always. I'd like to call out Ania and Brittany, who head up community and brand and communications at Midearix here. They are brilliant businesswomen who I have the privilege to work and build with daily. And they welcome and invite my chaotic self, which I appreciate. Thank y'all. I'd also like to call out Greg, GT Tennyson, and Mike Cadju, two industry leaders whose reputations precede them. And two of the first people, or better stated, the first two people to speak publicly on the Midearix behalf. I'd also like to call out, I'd be remiss if I didn't call out the Procurement Foundry again, founded and led by Mr. Mike Cadju. The Midearix Procurement Foundry partnership is one I'm really excited about. More to come on that partnership, because there's a lot that we're working on right now, and we're moving at a very frantic pace to set some really cool things in motion. But I did want to call that out today while I have y'all's time and attention. I'd also like to call out everyone who's taken a meeting with us to date to explore what's possible. I'd also like to call out the amazing organizations, some of whom I didn't get the opportunity to mention today, who have put ink to paper, cementing a partnership with us. We appreciate it so much. And before I let y'all resume your super fulfilling work days, saving lives and changing worlds, I'd like to call out anyone and everyone who tunes into this series, whether today or later, whether live or on playback. This is our first run at this. And first runs can always get a little awkward. But in the words of Dion Coach Prime Sanders, and y'all will hear me quote him often because I'm a fan, this is the worst we'll ever be. I can promise y'all that. And I don't think we did too shabby today. So with that, I want to thank everyone so much for tuning in, whether now or later. Take care, y'all, and make it a great one.